All right, y'all. Today is one of those Sims videos that got out of hand in the best way. I recreated the Stack Brothers from the movie Sinners in The Sims 4. Yes, I could have made this a quick 5-minute video, but I went into full method acting Sim style. So grab your popcorn or your favorite drink because we're getting into everything: the facial hair, the suits, the vampire lore, and the very emotionally taxing search for the perfect 1932 paperboy hat. Let's start with the first twin Stack. Trying to make Michael B. Jordan in The Sims with no CC is like painting the Mona Lisa with crayons, respectfully. Now, Stack in Sinners has this low key intensity. That kind of smile with your eyes, but also might throw hands kind of energy. The best part was finding the gold caps on the teeth. I didn't nail an exact match, but you can kind of tell who it's supposed to be if you squint. Then we got to the clothes. Let me tell you, Sims 4 has about 3 suits, even with me having at least 10 expansion packs. What makes it worse is that we're working with 1932. So it's so easy to find 1980s Miami drug lord versus what we're looking for. This singular pattern suit that matched the movie was perfect. It was a light gray suit. It was lighter than the film version, but it had a brown tie and a watch chain. So it looked exactly like what Stack is wearing in the film. The only thing is that it's a little bit lighter. The shoes, simple brown Oxfords to match the tie. Because Stack isn't flashy, he's calculated. It's giving organized crime, not disorganized closet. His main aspiration, I chose deviance. They say he lived a life of ongoing crime, and he just came back from Chicago where he was working with Al Capone. Stack's the kind of sim who'd start a speakeasy in your save file. I gave him the outgoing trait as one of his personality factors. This man can charm the socks off your grandma, your landlord, and your parole officer simultaneously. And then I chose music lover because music is the literal heartbeat of the film Sinners. You don't understand Stack without understanding the soundtrack. And finally, I chose the bro trait because he and his brother Smoke are thick as thieves, literally. Oh, and quick spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Sinners. Yes, Stack is a vampire. He doesn't start that way, but if you know, you know. So naturally, I had to give him the full undead treatment in Create Sim. Now let's get into the second twin, Smoke. To make sure they looked related, I used the genetics tool, a feature that rarely provides good results, but at least I won't have to start from scratch. But that default sim came out looking like an 80s club promoter. Flat top trench coat, all that was missing was the gold chain. So we stripped it all down figuratively and got to work. For hair, I wanted something close to the short faded Caesar Smoke wears in the movie, but there was this one curly style with a side part that I passed over and I regret it. Why I chose to make their hair different, I will never know. We grow and we learn. Then we hit the wardrobe wall. Smoke's wearing this hybrid coat, part peacoat, part suit, with a near houndstooth pattern. And what does Sims 4 say to that? Here's a bathrobe with loafers. I did my best. I found something structurally close, though the texture and the colors weren't exact. There were a few close but no cigar bits, especially with those crop top pants showing all that ankle. There was no ankle showing in 1932. And let's talk about the hat. Paperboy cap, easy, right? Wrong. They had patterns, stripes, plaids, everything but not the color blue I needed. And then, plot twist, I found one, blue and reasonable. But it had headphones. Sim said, here's your 1932 cap, if he's also a DJ. So it's on to Smoke's traits. Smoke got outgoing and the bro trait just like Stack because they're twins, and I wanted them to be similar. But I added the assertive trait. And for his aspiration, I gave him knowledge. Smoke's got that wise energy. It comes from being a soldier, I assume. He's always seems ready to expect the worst. And now it's on to the body. And we're skipping the Sims gym bro look that they have going on here. And we're going for a sleeker, swole vibe because Michael B. Jordan is still very much muscular. He's a little Creed and a little bit Calvin Klein at the same time. Now, once they were both finished, I gave them one last once over. Looked at Stack again and realized something felt off. His likeness to Michael B. Jordan wasn't clicking like I thought. I spiraled for a second. Was it the jawline? Was it the eyebrows? Nope, it was the goatee. I had second guessed my original pick, went back, reselected it, and then I realized that I was going to have to go with the one that I picked to begin with because they do not have the fullness that I'm looking for, and there's no CC here, so it's not going to look exactly like Michael B. Jordan. It all came together. Sometimes the first choice is the right one. And that's it. The Stack Brothers fully created in The Sims 4. They'll be moving into a special Sims town where I'm building a universe full of characters from movies and TV shows. Yes, that means they could be sipping an espresso with Eleven from Stranger Things, fighting vampires with Buffy, or dating someone from Euphoria. The possibilities are endless and definitely chaotic. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Sims madness, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Sims recreations and cinematic crossovers. Follow me on TikTok for quick edits, behind the scene looks, and chaotic town updates. And if you want to see these characters come to life, join me on Twitch for real-time creative Sim sessions and builds. Plus all my indecisive hat swapping in HD. Thanks for watching, and remember, in The Sims, everyone can be a vampire gangster in a vintage suit, if you want it bad enough.